What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about my 2022-2023 NBA Western Conference standing predictions. Don't get mad. One, why would you get mad? Because I said say it, like, you know. And two, it's my opinion. This is what I think is going to happen, and I want to say this is as of August 11th, 2022 rosters and all that, and this is with no injuries, obviously. Yeah, let's get started. I have it in my notes here. So, yeah. At 15, we have the Spurs. There's not much I can really say. They're kind of just sinking, especially with the DeJounte Murray trade for Victor Wembanyama, which, I mean, power to them. I would tank if I were them. Yeah, 14, we have the Rockets. The Rockets have a really nice young core. I like it. You know, people talking about Jalen Green and Jabari. I mean, I like Jalen Green. I think he's going to be really good in the NBA. Rough beginning of the first year, but he handed it off pretty well. And then, you know, Jabari, I think he's going to be all right. You know, I don't want to speak much of it because I know he's very polarizing. But, yeah, I mean, the Rockets are 14, so not much to say, really. Sengun's cool, too. So at 13, I have the Jazz. I think the Jazz are going to be 13 because, I mean, I assume they trade Donovan Mitchell before the season starts. I assume he goes to New York. It'd be great if he came to Miami, but that's for another video. But yeah, I assume he's going to New York. So I assume the Jazz are 13 because they're not really good outside of Donovan. Even if, depending what they get, I assume whatever they get from New York isn't going to make them better or at least a playoff. They're not going to be a play-in team. Now I have the Thunder at 12, and I mostly have it because since they're still young and they're still going through the rebuild, I assume they wouldn't want to make play-in yet. Even though I do believe they could, but I assume, you know, they let Shea play a little bit more this season. We get some Chet Holmgren, which I'm actually super excited to see. Josh Giddey, second year. Poku, I'd love to see what they do with that. And yeah, but I think, you know, especially with the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, I think they're going to be good enough to be better than the 12th seed, but I think they're going to settle for the 12th seed to at least try to, you know, get something. They do still have mad picks, so yeah. At 11, I have the Kings. I mean, they have Keegan Murray. I think he's really good. I think he's going to be really good. I think he has a good shot of winning Rookie of the Year. Where's the defense outside of him? I don't know. I think they're the 11th seed because they're going to try to make the play-in, but they're not going to. I'm sorry. I think De'Aaron does have a bounce back. If he has a super bounce back here, I could see them making play-in for sure. But I think 11th seed is fine because I just don't think. I think the teams ahead of them all healthy are better. So, yeah. Now, Damian Lillard fans are going to hate me for this, but at 10, I got the Trailblazers. Now, I know they got Jeremy Grant and they have Shadon Sharp, but it's Lillard, Anthony Simons, and Jeremy Grant as the best three players. Again, healthy, I think every single team ahead of them is just better simply off that. And I mean, plus, they didn't help their problem with defense. They, like, you know, it's still Lillard and, like, I guess it's a little better supporting cast, but I don't see them making it past the 10 seed. Now, I know this one is going to probably piss some people off, but I don't really care. And then I have the Lakers. I think as long as you have Westbrook, LeBron, and you have that core, it's not going to work out. And I don't think they're going to trade Westbrook because nobody's going to take him. Nobody, trust me, nobody really wants that contract. That Kyrie trade is stupid. It's not happening. Now, I do think AD is going to have a bounce back year. I don't think he's going to. Some people I've seen say he might have an MVP type year. That'd be great. He's not going to, just from what I've seen. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope the Lakers do even better. You know, Bron's probably going to pass Kareem this year in scoring. Not probably. He is. So, yeah. But I think they're not going to be higher than the 9th seed because, their older core. Like, yeah, they got Lonnie Walker. in San Antonio, I didn't see nothing from Lonnie Walker that makes me think him going there is gonna help them get past the 9th seed. I have the Pelicans at 8 because they were just the 8 seed, play-in tournament, winning the second game. They were the 8 seed. They're getting back Zion. They drafted Dyson Daniels, which I'm excited to see. Because I would love. It probably wouldn't happen, depending how Dyson Daniels turns out his rookie year. Dyson, CJ, Brandon, Zion, Jonas, Valanciunas as the starting 5. But I do like their possible starting 5 also, what they're probably going to roll out: CJ, Herb, B.I., Zion, and Jonas. I think they're going to be really good. People forget Zion's really good. I have all the faith in the world in him. Honestly, they're probably going to be better. He put up 27 points on 67% shooting. Come on. He's good. At 7 is also probably going to surprise some people. I have the Grizzlies. I think the West, especially from here on out, is going to be a little bit close. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to miss some time in the beginning. And yeah, Ja is probably going to improve a bit. But they also lost DeAnthony Melton. But I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be really good. But again, I just think the teams ahead of them are better. But again, they could prove me wrong. They were the 2 seed. I feel like I'm disrespecting them a little bit. But also I feel like I would be disrespecting the teams that I think are better than them. At number 6, I have the Timberwolves. I believe Anthony Edwards is probably going to be a first-time All-Star this year. I believe he's going to blossom, become the best player on the Timberwolves. If he isn't already, if you think Cat is, okay. I think Rudy Gobert, he's a top 10, top 5 offense on his own. So bring him in. I think Cat playing the front court, whatever. He was low-key playing the 4 a little bit anyway with Jared Vanderbilt. So, or at least guarding them. So I don't think it would be that crazy. Plus, it's a better defensive team, definitely, I think. Especially we saw them last year, especially with D'Lo taking a step. It's better than what the Jazz were, outside of Rudy. So add Rudy with them, plus Anthony Edwards and Cat and D'Lo. And who do they start? McDaniels, probably, I would assume. But yeah. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. I don't think people have them decide. Alright, at number 5, and let me explain this because I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, well, I have the Suns at 5. I know most teams after this would probably go down, but hear me out. Yeah, they got absolutely demolished in that Game 7, but how many times has Chris Paul had a super disappointing finish in the postseason, and then he comes back in the regular season and they're good? It's just what happens. Yeah, he's gonna get older, but Devin Booker was All NBA first team. If he gets better, which he could for sure. Wow, I think Ayton improves. Could he be a first time All-Star? Depends what the production is. If Chris Paul progresses, if he goes up. If they're the 5th seed, maybe. We don't know, But yeah, and I think, they keep Mikal Bridges. They keep the same core. They're going to be fine. Good coaching. Not much to say, really. Still not title favorites, though. I said it last year. They're the best team they were the best team in the league, but they weren't winning the chip. And I was right. Shout out Luka. Which is a perfect segue into number 4, who I have the Mavericks. Now, I have the Mavericks at 4 because Luka MVP. I'm just saying, Luka MVP. Yeah. They have Christian Wood now. They traded away guys who that didn't play in the postseason, so it's the same roster. Yeah, they lost Jalen Brunson, but more touches for Christian Wood now and Luka for his stats for MVP. But I think Christian Wood is actually a really good addition. I think he has the potential to be a pretty good defender, especially with Jason Kidd as the coach and this being a playoff team. I think he just, in Detroit and Houston, there was really no point in playing defense. They sucked regardless. And the bit he did play with James Harden, he put up like 20-something a night, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. So I think he'll be fine with Luka. He probably plays power forward, by the way. He can't play defense at the 5, I can tell you that. Especially on a J. Kidd team. Now we move into the top three, and these are my, I would say, title contenders, but that would also be kind of disrespecting because I think Luka MVP, and so by default, Luka is just so good they're title contenders. But we'll see about that. But at three, I have the reigning champion Warriors. Yes, they're coming off a chip, but they're all getting older. They're not getting younger. I don't think Curry regresses, but Clay maybe has a better year. Maybe, I mean, his first couple, this is his first couple months back from the big injury, so whatever. They win the chip regardless. Draymond, I think he starts regressing a bit more. I mean, he's been regressing for a bit. I mean, you could say not really, but offensively, obviously, but we'll see about that. Jordan Poole can improve. I'd like to see what they do with Wiseman, man. I think Wiseman is just a wild card right now, honestly. And I mean, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, they're second years, but I do think they're going to be the third seed. Again, this is health and all that. At number two, I have a team who I've been saying is a championship contender for the longest, but they haven't because of health, and it's the Nuggets. I mean, Jokic, back-to-back MVPs, reigning MVP. Jamal Murray comes back. Depending how he plays, if they are actually, a top three seed, which I assume they will be, could be in all-star talks for sure. At least talks, Michael Porter Jr. comes back. I'd love, it sucks with the back injury, but I think he can still be good, hopefully. I mean, we saw him before he got paid, or why he got paid, He's a baller, so I'd like to see them. Plus, I think they're going to be fine. They added Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, another shooter. They'll be just fine, Jokic and all that. Jokic alone gets you in the playoffs. We've seen Jamal Murray, Michael Porter just makes them championship contenders, which I think they will be. And number one, and I've seen most people say this. I've heard most people say it. It's the Clippers. The Clippers are they're just deep. They have a deep team. I mean, it starts off with Kawhi, Paul George. You got John Wall. You got Luke Kennard. You got Terrence Mann, Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris. Amir Coffey is a good underrated player. A bunch of other guys I can't think of right now. Zubac. The roster basically. Norman Powell, Robert Covington. Oh yeah, did you forget about them? Yeah, they're kind of there. I think they're just, honestly, I mean, personally, I think they're title favorites as a whole. They're my pick to win the championship as of right now. And I think they're going to be the best team in the West, obviously, with that statement. And I mean, I think it's obvious, Kawhi hasn't played. People have definitely forgot how good Kawhi is. All right, I'm just going to say this right now. Kawhi is better than Jason Tatum. I've seen the list. I've seen people's... Don't be stupid. Kawhi is better than Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum could definitely maybe surpass him this year. But if Kawhi ends up winning the chip, he's not really going to till the year after. But yeah, I think the Clippers will... They're my pick. If I had to bet money, I'd put money on the Clippers right now to be the number one choice to win the chip. So that is my Western Conference 2022-2023 predictions. Let me know what you guys think about them. I don't think they're that controversial. I mean, maybe some of them, the Minnesota one, maybe, I don't know. The Suns one, I mean, the Lakers one, people might talk about. The Jazz might surprise. I don't know. Kings might make it. Trailblazers might suck. We don't know. So, that's pretty much it, really. I'll upload the Eastern Conference in a couple of days, and then we'll see where we go from there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. I guess that's what the YouTubers say, and I'm a YouTuber, I guess. Alright. Thanks. Bye.